everyone, my name is Molly and I work with the Fort Worth Public Library. We've all heard that old saying, hot enough outside to fry an egg. And summers in Texas get pretty close. However, instead of making an egg, what I want to do is take that heat and make a gooey, delicious summer snack that everybody loves. A s'more, using materials that I find every day to make my very own solar oven. So you decided to make your very own solar oven. Perfect! We'll just need a couple of things before we begin. An old pizza box from dinner a couple nights ago, or tonight, if you ask nicely. For science, of course. Black construction paper, plastic wrap, and aluminum foil, glue, tape, a utility knife or scissors, and a wooden stick of some kind, whether this is a shish kebab stick, a pencil, or this is actually half of a chopstick from Chinese food that I had last night. You just need a stick of some sort. I'm actually going to decorate my solar oven. You are more than welcome to as well with some markers or construction paper or whatever it is that you have on hand. I'm actually going to use a couple of pages that I had left over from Blackout Poetry that I did a couple weeks ago. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this and glue this on my solar oven. If you do decide to decorate your solar oven, I'd love to see pictures of anything that you create. And don't worry about it being perfect. One of the best things ever about creating something is that it doesn't have to be perfect, you know? Just as long as you're creating and that you have fun doing it. One thing to be aware of when you are decorating your solar oven is that we're actually going to create a hole at the top of this box. I'm actually going to use this piece of paper here to kind of keep an eye on where I'm going to cut as I design my box. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. If you actually just want to outline it with a marker, that's also another way to do it. I just find that this is simpler for me and I can actually then decorate that piece of paper later. Again, have fun with your designs and be messy, be creative. Take paint and just splatter it all on it. It's completely 110% up to you. But like I said, if you do decide to create your box, I would love to see pictures. I would love to see what you created. Alright, so I finished decorating my solar oven. I have added quotes from one of my favorite books ever by one of my favorite authors, and a big virtual hug to whoever guesses what book that is. If you figure it out, put it in the comments below. I have also created a stove. Get it? Because it's an oven. The next time y'all see me, give me your best pun or dad joke. I love them so very much, as you can tell by my choice of making a stove for my oven. Alright, so again, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to go ahead and cut around this square with my utility knife. You can also do this with a pair of scissors. You just want to be super careful not to make the hole too big because we're going to need this hole for something in the future. Once you're done with that, go ahead and open it up and just slightly pop it out. Okay, so now you should have a hole in the top of your box just like that. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna open this lid just a little bit and lay it flat to help make this next part easier. We're gonna take a piece of our plastic wrap, and the best thing about this is that we actually don't need a lot of it to cover the hole that we've made. And we're just going to tape it down. I'm actually going to cut off some of the excess pieces that I have around it. This will just be easier for me to tape down the rest of the sides and make it real nice and tight. We don't want any heat escaping from this plastic wrap, so make sure that when you're laying down your plastic wrap that it's nice and flat. Just continue that on all 4 sides. Alright, now once you're done, you'll have this nice little window. Hello! Once we've created this window, we're actually going to keep this pizza box open and lay it a little bit flat like we did with the top. We're going to take this black construction paper that we had earlier and we're going to tape it or glue it to the bottom of the box. This black construction paper will help absorb that heat where the plastic wrap helps keep it in. So alright, so we are almost done. Once we've done that, we can actually close the box. And pop out my stove. And now we're actually going to take the aluminum foil that we have and we're going to cover this square. Again, we're not going to need a lot of aluminum foil. We just need something to help reflect that sun into our oven. Now, aluminum foil has 2 sides. You have this bright, shiny side, and then you have a side that's just a little bit duller. We're going to want that bright, shiny side facing outward. And then we're just going to glue it down. Alright, we're almost done. The last thing that we're going to want to do is keep this propped open with this wooden skewer. I'm actually not going to glue or tape anything down for the moment, just because when I go outside I want to be able to catch that reflection of light to help heat up my solar oven. So what I'm going to do is just create a little hole for my skewer to go into, and then that way once I'm outside I can either tape down the top of the skewer to the foil or glue it down. There we go. And we are all ready to go outside to make our s'mores. Alright, I finished with my solar oven and now I brought it outside where it is a whopping 97 degrees out here, which is perfect for making our s'mores. The sun is directly above me, so I'm going to go ahead and angle the lid to my solar oven to catch that light and help to reflect it into my box. And I'm just going to take a little piece of tape and just tape that right there. Nothing fancy. Just wanting to keep that lid propped open. Okay? I'm going to take my graham crackers that I have previously got and stick them inside. And you know what? Because I'm impatient, I'm going to eat a marshmallow. Alright, put those graham crackers in, and then I'm using my favorite type of chocolate for this. You can use any type of chocolate. It is melting just a little bit already just because it is so hot outside, but then that's how we know that this is going to work. We're at the perfect heat to be doing this. One of my favorite things about the solar oven that we just created was that we put that clear plastic right there on top. Not only does it help to keep the heat inside the solar oven, but it also allows us to sit and watch as that chocolate melts. It's gonna be super delicious once we wait, and it's gonna be the perfect summer treat. As I mentioned before, it is a whopping 97 degrees outside, which means that our s'mores will only take about 30 minutes to make. I don't know if you can see it, but already our chocolate is getting that nice gooiness that we love in a s'more. What that means though is that it's only going to take about 30 minutes baking in this sun in order for our s'mores to be complete. If you are at a higher temperature, somewhere in the hundreds, make sure that you're drinking plenty of water first of all, but it might take a shorter amount of time. If you're at a lower temperature, maybe somewhere in the 80s, lower 90s, it might take a little bit longer. So you just want to make sure that you keep an eye on your s'mores. Once your s'mores are done, find a nice, cool, shady spot and enjoy. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun making solar ovens and enjoy your s'more even more.